Hello and welcome back to another Street Life Fitness episode. So thank God the gyms are finally open again. So this is the first entry into the reopening of the gyms, and I've got about 8 or 9 weeks worth of training footage here just to bring you up to date with how training's been going. And first exercise, you can see I'm fairly lean on this, just hitting some seated cable rows. This is one of the first sessions back in the gym while I'm just sort of finding myself again. But one of the strategies that I used straight away in the gym was the infamous 5x5. So basically for squat, bench, deadlift, I started off on a fairly easy 5x5 and just slowly added weight each week. Now that was a 90 kg bench 5x5, and I did that for about 7 or 8 weeks, and it got me all the way up to 100 kg bench for 3 or 4 reps, which is brilliant. That's probably an all-time PB, to be honest. Not being the best bencher, but I want to put that right, and really happy with my bench strength coming out of this lockdown period. So yeah, after 8 weeks, bench 3 or 4 reps, and I even managed to hit this 110 kg single, which is fantastic. That's an all-time PB. So let's go, lads. We're building some strong triceps and pecs, and let's get the bench to 120 or even 3 plates soon. That'd be amazing. So I'm just moving on to deadlift. Again, employed the same strategy. So I was starting out at about 120 kilos for a 5x5, and just kept doing the same thing. So each week I would add a little bit more weight and chipped it all the way up to about 160 kg for a 5x5. And it might not feel like a lot, but if you add 5 kilos every session, week in, week out, you'll soon see that your strength creeps up fast. And if you just give it a little bit of time, 2 or 3 months, you'll build a really good base. And I always love a good 5x5. I think it's the perfect balance between strength training and a little bit of volume, and it works wonders for me. So basically what I did for about 8 or 9 weeks was just hammered these 5x5s, and they got me really strong really quick, brought me back up to my baseline, and gave me a lot of volume as well. And then what I do after that is typically do a lot of accessory work with higher reps, 8 to 12 hypertrophy range. But these were the bedrock of my training. So as you can see here, deadlifting, this is 155 kg for 5x5, and I was doing these after squats as well, so it was definitely a lot more challenging. This video is the top set I reached at the end of the sort of 8 weeks I was in the gym. So this is 170 kilos for 2 sets of 3, sorry. So tripling this weight beltless is something I'm pretty happy with, and it's a good starting point to start the new program that I've just started. So yeah, here we go. Well done. The thighs were really sticky that night, and definitely needed some baby powder. Squats, moving on to squats. So again, same thing, employed the 5x5, no belt, no sleeves, just building up that raw strength. Here I think it's about 115 kilos, and this is one of the first weeks back in the gym. Just hammering away, building them quads, building them adductors, getting the glutes nice and strong, and it just works wonders. 5x5 ticks every box in my opinion. But again, the squats climbed up nicely, and as you can see here, started off fairly challenging. Moving on now, this is 120 kilos. Still moving fairly decent, using the low bar technique here. Fully raw, not too shabby. Let's have a sip of the coffee in between the commentary on this. Keep me gassed. So yeah, flying through 120. One more rep, lad, one more. Big brace. There she goes. And then this is 130 kilos, so this was as heavy as I went, fully raw. That's no belt, no sleeves. And this was fairly challenging, 135x5, to do it without belt and sleeves. But I always find fully raw is just amazing at building the quads. You get no assistance out of the hole. You've got to learn how to brace properly using your abs and not having a belt to support against. It's not for everyone, but I think when you first come out of a lockdown, for instance, you are fairly able to hit these weights without any equipment on. But after we hammering these 5x5s again, I worked up to 160 kg single, and I was pretty hungover this weekend, but I still got in there anyway. So here we go, 160 kilos, no belt, just the sleeves, and that's it. That is the training where I'm at so far. So basically I'm up to 110 kg bench, 160 kg squat, and roughly about a 180, 190 deadlift. And I've just started a new powerlifting and strongman program. I'm moving away from the lean and aesthetics days of the lockdown period, and I'm excited to get strong. So what I'm going to do now is drop you a weekly training vlog, just updating each week as it goes. And hopefully, you know, some of the subscribers that I've picked up from other videos are going to look forward to watching those. And yeah, I just want to get really, really fucking strong. And if that's what you're into, I'd love for you to stick around and just enjoy the journey, and comment as well down below what sort of training you're doing. And let's just do this together. Let's just get ridiculously strong. And if you want to document your progress and drop your Instagram handle below, more than happy to drop you guys a follow. And yeah, thanks for watching, and prepare yourselves for what is to come. Boom!